He will flip-flop on any issue. He can be bought and sold. The dude's a Logan Paul is a and I will say that here publicly. I'll fight him for free.
Are there bad there?
I don't know. I don't know if there are. I don't know if you'll be able to find them or if they'll talk to you. The point is, Aiden said
you know who the I am?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
So you're telling me a girl's your bought over me?
Is that SpongeBob on your t-shirt?
Maybe you have all the fucking time in the world to sit on the internet, my friend. But when I make a statement, I don't have time to say, in my personal experience, I don't believe women can drive. However, I understand that some women can drive, and I'm not saying all women can't drive, and I know women who can drive, but in my personal experience, the bad driving I've seen was most likely committed by women that I don't talk like a geek. I say women can't drive. Now, if that upsets geeks like you, cool, whatever. Because geeks, I don't give a I've asked you a question, and I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you a question.
Correct, but you're not the boss here, because I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you the questions.
Correctly, and I'm telling you.
You get to decide the answers.
No, we're equal here. I've allowed you into my house. You don't come here with a position of authority. I'm doing you the favor as legacy media, giving you relevance by speaking to you, and I'm telling you now, this Sophie, which the BBC has invented, which there's no face of, nobody knows who she is.
The BBC did not invent
Of course not, and because you never invent anything. And she's not filed criminal charges against me. What are we talking about here?
Who quits the gym to take drugs professionally? You are as stupid as people come. Do you understand, Pudgy? There's no resistance in you.
You're not going to
sitting around with your contract to talk all day in your penthouse.
Now you've laid it out and it offended you. I understand.
I didn't say it offended.
Okay, cool.
I just read you the things.
You read things that you said they could be offensive, and some people are offended.
Well, some people definitely were offended.
Absolutely. That's fine.
And honestly, I think some of the things you said were genuinely offensive and misogynist.
Okay, so they offended you.
And
like I said earlier, so they offended you,
No,
which is
hang on.
fine. I said they offended you, you interrupted me, and now you're saying they offended you, which is fine. First things first, I want to make it very, very clear that Logan Paul is absolutely and utterly a tool of the Matrix. He's a bought and sold individual with no soul. He doesn't stand up for anything, and he doesn't mean anything he says. He gets pieces of paper from Susan or whoever else telling him what he's allowed to say on his channel to retain it.
You believe that?
100%. Not only do I believe it, he's proved it himself. He will flip-flop on any issue. He can be bought and sold. The dude's a bitch. Logan Paul is a bitch, and I will say that here publicly. If anyone wants, I'll fight him for free. The guy's an idiot.
No money needed to fight Logan Paul.
Logan Paul doesn't believe in any of the things he says. Logan Paul is a man. If you ever were unfortunate enough to consume his content, I get sent clips of it all the time by people mocking him. As soon as something comes out, whether it's Harry Styles wearing a dress, whether it's Lil Nas twerking on the devil, whether it's this, he just sits there and goes, yeah, this is great. Yeah, this is great. He is a talking piece. He is the mouthpiece for the agenda. The people have come along, people who are trying to force a narrative, and they said, look, we need to have some degree of control over the exact demographic that Tate has control over. We're going to use Logan Paul and attempt to use him. And he sits there and just purports the bullshit points of view that the whole Hollywood establishment want him to purport. He doesn't believe in the things he said. He's told what to say. And because he was canceled before and it emotionally destroyed him, he sat on camera crying his eyes out like a little girl instead of being a man about it. He is so fearful of the mob and so scared of being canceled again that he's going to sit there and say anything he's told. He doesn't believe that shit. Before I was canceled, him and his boyfriend Mike did endless videos supporting me, laughing about me, saying how funny I was, tagging me on Instagram, inviting me places, etc. The second I'm canceled, they flip reverse it and shit themselves because they don't want to get canceled too. They are children. That's all they are. So Logan Paul's a bitch. We told all the news to say Tate's bad, and all of his fans are 18 to 25-year-old men. Who do we have on YouTube who obeys us like a little cuck who speaks to 18 to 25-year-old men? Logan Paul. Okay, Logan, here's your piece of paper. Do you want to get canceled again, Logan? No, you don't want to get canceled, do you? No, Mom.
You're saying a call like that was made?
100%. The dude's a bitch. He 180'd from a super fan to just talking about my rhetoric being dangerous in 24 hours.
There's a difference between you saying who you think he is versus you making the speculation that he got called by somebody to say, here's a narrative we want you to take, or else we'll silence you.
Well, Logan is not capable of independent thought. So if someone didn't give him the narrative, he didn't think it up himself. The dude's an empty vessel. He says what he is told to say. Somebody, somewhere, told Logan what to say and what stance to take. We can argue whether it was a social media company, whether it was his manager who was fearful,
right,
whether whatever. But somebody sat with Logan and said, look, Tate's getting a lot of smoke. You were cool with him. Your boyfriend Mike was cool with him. He's getting a lot of smoke right now. You're going to bitch out. And he sat there and said, yes, sir. Yes, I will. Because he has no character or no integrity. If it was all the other way around, let's imagine he was getting canceled and I truly believed it was unfair, I'd sit there on my own platform and say, this is bullshit because I'm not bought, sold, and owned. He's an owned individual. So he's always going to say what he is told to say. He's always going to sit on podcasts, speaking to the youth, promoting Harry Styles wearing a dress, saying that it's great that Little Nas twerks on the devil in real time for our children to digest, and then say, I'm dangerous to the youth, because that's what he's been told to say. Logan Paul has absolutely no capability for independent thought. He has no character as a man.
The biggest problem with Logan versus me is that I'm a completely clean athlete and he's on a shitload of steroids. So for him to fight me, either I have to go on a shitload of steroids and become a super heavyweight because I'm genetically gifted, or he has to pass a drugs test. So if he wants to fight for real and he'll keep pissing in a cup and he'll lay off the steroids, then you're sure I'll smash him up.
What rule set would you prefer?
It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, obviously, if we were to fight kickboxing or K1, I'd completely destroy him. Mm-hmm. Boxing is good for the fans. I think boxing translates very well to the fans because even MMA, although I think UFC shows are more entertaining, you still need a degree of knowledge to respect jiu-jitsu, whereas every idiot understands a punch in the face, right? So boxing translates very well for the fans. So I'm happy to box the guy. I mean, he's a big guy. He's a strong guy. Like I said, he's on a bunch of juice. If he lays off the juice and he wants to fight clean, then sure, I'll beat his ass. I mean, it's no problem. I'm not past it yet.
What about a street fight? What would happen?
Well, that's a good point because, you know, it's interesting. Street fights are completely different than anything that happens inside of any kind of rule set. Yeah. I think a lot of people have this misunderstanding where they think, oh, yeah, you're a pro fighter, so on the street. I'm like, yeah, okay, the street's great. And obviously you have an advantage on the street. But I've also seen, and I won't say names, I've seen world champion fighters get sparked on the street. You get sucker punched, you get sucker punched. Yeah. I've seen dudes get jumped. I've seen guys whose names I can say, which I won't, and everyone would know them, get knocked out clean, cold, ice on the street just because they were in a club and they were arguing with some guy and bang, sucker. Fuck. It's messy. And especially I'm telling you guys now, especially in Europe and England, man, they don't give, in England, they don't care. It's different. So violence is very different than fighting. So I like to think that I would never have a fair street fight. Let's put it that way. Because you have to win, right? Because it's life or death at that point.
I'm not Logan Paul. I don't do pump and dump crypto scams. I'm not Jake Paul with his lying NFTs. I'm not these clowns. I'm a person of integrity who doesn't need money. I will not let a single person who believes in me lose money because of my words. I refuse to sit here and sell you guys to gamble. I refuse to sit here and sell you trash energy drinks. I refuse to sit and sell you bad food. I refuse to sit and sell crypto pump and dumps. I refuse to sell any bull. I will not sell my soul. That's it. If you believe in Tate, your life is going to get better. Every single one of my fans is going to have a better life for listening to me. Their mind's going to be stronger. Their wallet's going to be stronger. Their body's going to be stronger. I want people to walk down the street and look at a guy who's clearly winning in life, getting out of a Lamborghini with a bunch of muscles and a hot bitch and go, that is an Andrew Tate fan. Yeah. I don't want anything negative attached to my name. I will not sell my soul for money.
Why didn't you write to me when I was in jail? And why did you out when the enemies of me and progress, agents of the Matrix, attacked you? I woke up every day waiting for your letter. You know that, inside my jail cell.
No, you did.
I woke up every day thinking Aiden's going to write to me. There's no way he's going to leave me here by myself with the cockroaches, not in solitary confinement. He's my friend.
Sorry. Yo, Andrew, but I asked Luke. I said, Luke.
And the letter never came.
I asked
never
Luke.
Came, ever. 3 months I was in that room. I didn't go out. I didn't have yard time, nothing. 3 months in a room. I encourage you to go to your bathroom without your phone and sit in your bathroom for an hour. Without your phone, without a laptop, just sit in your bathroom for an hour. Try 3 months waiting for your letter that never came.
I actually feel really bad, bro. On God, I do.
I mean, my feelings. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Let me get this timeline right. I go to jail. You shave your head.
Yes.
And then you don't write to me, but you are defending me.
Yes.
But then you stop going gym.
Stop going gym because I got addicted to liquid heroin, known as promethazine codeine, which is lean.
You cannot give up something constructive to do something stupid.
Gotcha.
Giving up the gym to begin taking liquid heroin.
Okay, when you put
probably the most fucking stupid decision I've ever heard of anybody taking in their life. In fact, I'm going to state this now as a matter of fact in history for the internet. I think you hold the record for making the most stupid life choice I have, me personally, Top G, ever been witness to hearing. Ever.
Wait.
Nobody on earth. Nobody has told me a more stupid decision. I decided to stop going to the gym so I could focus on consuming liquid heroin. You are an idiot, Aiden.
I needed to hear that.
Explain to me. It's Monday morning.
Okay.
You're going to the gym, right?
Yes.
What happens on Tuesday when you change career path? Explain to me. What happens? I need to understand this now. You're going to the gym, you're getting in shape, you're looking better, and then you decide to become a drug addict. Please explain. I want to make sure this doesn't happen to me. So I need to understand how this terrible circumstance can befall a completely logical, intelligent, adult human. You are a fucking dumbass.